Not good. Anyway, welcome to the kickoff party for Dacathon. Krown and CSX and the whole team have put on this, couple week thing where we're going to be talking about DACs, we're going to be talking about DAOs, we're going to be talking about games and in-game governance and just like all sorts of insanity. I'm super excited about this because I still feel like I don't. I understand, I think at sort of like a 30,000 foot view of what might be possible with DACs, but I've never used one, right? I want to find out exactly what that's like. And there really isn't, any group of people that are better to kind of help us get into the nitty gritty of this. And it really, it seems inevitable to me that DACs and DAOs are going to be the future, right? Like this is not going to be an optional thing before too long. You're going to end up being, collaborating with some kind of team or organization along these roads. So it's a really, really good thing for us to know. And if you're anywhere near the uplift, you might have heard of it. The likelihood that there will be DAO or DAC type governance in different districts in the uplift is effectively, it's 100%. It's going to happen. So Max or Lisa, do you guys want to take it off and kind of, let us know what's up, what the plan is, what are we doing? I'm going to drink some coffee now.
I think Lisa's pointing to me. So we got a Dacathon coming. Sorry, it's kind of loud. I'm having my first coffee right now. Dacathons is here. We're going to be hosting a lot of events around education around decentralized communities and gaming. Lots to do with like the past, the present, the future, the struggles, the trials and tribulations. Just super excited. It's a great opportunity to hang out, make content, get super frustrated, but also produce value for ourselves and our community. Here, I was going to play like an official sound or something. Here, can you guys hear this? Oh, wait. Okay, that wasn't as cool as I thought it was going to be, but anyway. Welcome to Dacathon, everybody.
Woo!
Oh, wait, we can't hear you.
I was muting to be polite. Anyway, I was on with the lads. Was it yesterday or the day before? Everything is a blur. But they had like the full setup where they've got the intern in the back that's just like launching like little side videos every time something hilarious happens. Anyway, so life goals. So guys, as is sort of our tradition here, we throw up some gratitudes on the gratitude wall. Basically at the beginning of every call that I do now. But this is the Dacathon kickoff 2021. So, it's like purpose built.
Awesome.
Yeah. That no? Anyway.
That's better.
It was terrible, but thank you. I appreciate that. So Max, you want to go first?
Oh man, my go-to was like, I'm grateful for coffee, but that's just too obvious.
It's fine though. I think there hasn't been an I'm grateful for coffee that I've seen in weeks. And let's just face facts. Like if you don't pick that one, I'm going to.
Okay. I'm grateful for self-governance, just to keep stay aligned with the theme. And
I like it. All right, Lisa, you want to go next?
I'm grateful for the Dacathon community.
Alrighty.
Corey, Ginny R says there is a chest over there somewhere.
I know.
Gifts for Super Corey.
I saw.
And we kind of want to see you cry on the internet. So
damn it. All right. It's like everything's about whether or not I can cry on the internet. Yeah, I just we got this whole Dacathon thing going on. Just trying to focus a little bit.
Yeah, sorry.
But no. But yeah, no, I haven't. I picked them out of the thing, but I don't really know what they are. But one of them said Baby Yoda on it, so I'm definitely gonna be.
Wow.
I love Baby Yoda. All right, who's next?
Well, don't everybody speak at once.
Well, there's too many. I should pick. Dwayne, go. You're leaning into your beautiful radio mic.
Hey there. Good
That's
morning.
some sexy stuff. It's good. I'm a fan.
I'm super grateful for our dedicated, hardworking, passionate DAC custodians.
I'm paraphrasing here. Yeah. All right. Oink. All right. June, is that how I say your name? Sorry, I don't want to screw that up.
Yeah. June is fine.
June? Okay.
So yeah, grateful for beautiful weather here in Costa Rica. Grateful for just being here with you guys here today and having the opportunity to talk about DACs with a lot of kind of, I think, pioneers in this space. Grateful for crypto. We're in a crypto boom, so I think everyone's happy about that. So, but yeah, I think those probably three things. I don't know if you can put it all on a wall, but
I had to compress it a great deal, but hopefully that's good. I'm grateful for beautiful weather and being here and crypto. All right, that nailed it. Mike, you want to go?
You're muted, Mike.
Oh, geez.
Grateful for what the next week brings, I guess. This will be interesting. And it's a year in crypto space.
It is.
True that.
Dang it.
Better. That works.
That was pretty good. That's solid. That's all stuff. What do we got? Greg and Jimmy left.
Go, Jimmy.
I'm grateful. Yeah, I did that yesterday. I'm kind of grateful for the same thing every day. I'm grateful. It's going to be really, really long, but I'll cut it back in a minute. But I'm grateful for all the shitty things that happened in my life that led me to this point to be able to do this show with you every day and all these awesome people and work with all the great people that I do. So to cut that back, I'm grateful for the uplift and everyone in it.
Money.
I am grateful for this learning opportunity because I'm not even sure what a DAC custodian is. So I'm looking forward to sorting all that out this week. I mean, I kind of know what a DAC custodian is, but yeah.
Fuck it. I'm just going to roll with it.
What does it say? Yours?
I'm grateful for everyone who believes in me. Hashtag Super Corey. That on the nose, but what are you going to do? All right. Cool beans. What's the schedule? What are we doing? What's happening?
So I think Lisa said, we could probably give a little bit of background, I guess, of how MetaDAC came to be in the Dacathon, and so I figure we could talk about that.
Well, first June, because I don't know, and I'd really like to know who the hell you are, because I mean, you must be important to be on a panel of great people like this. So can you give us your background? I don't think we've ever had the pleasure of meeting June. So first of all, it's very nice to meet you, and I'd love to know who you are.
Great. Yeah, sure. I'll do that. Give the short version. So I've been in crypto for quite a while, since mid 2012, in the San Francisco Bay Area, and was in financial services before that, and was kind of disappointed with the economy. There was a crisis in 08 to 09, and being in the industry, I was like, oh, there's got to be better ways for the whole entire economy to function. And I was really bearish for many years, even up until the crisis and after. But it's the market is still here, I guess, and it's survived surprisingly. And a lot of crazy things are happening right now with the Federal Reserve, printing of money. So anyway, after initially dismissing Bitcoin, I read Eric Voorhees' blog about, I think it was a Bitcoin libertarian introduction. And so I when he said, hey, Bitcoin, as long as it's useful and scarce, it's going to have some value. I kind of changed my mind about the potential of Bitcoin and started following the space ever since, and wanted to build kind of startups in the space. And then I realized, a lot of it is enabling people and empowering people to be able to just invest in this space. So anyway, I realized kind of like how to kind of maybe focus the startups I've kind of would be involved in now and since I think 2015 at least. So anyway, I started following the EOS ecosystem, followed Dan Larimer from BitShare's team to EOS, and Dan Larimer was the first one who spoke about decentralized autonomous companies. The idea that you could use this new technology, blockchain technology, to create new organizations, whether they're for-profit or non-profit, but organizations. But he called it a decentralized autonomous company. And then Vitalik Buterin, soon after in 2014, talked about a generalized concept of the decentralized autonomous organization. So that, these are not necessarily, doesn't have to be the traditional old corporate companies. It could be some expansion of that. And so, he called it decentralized autonomous organization, and that took off in the crypto community. That idea. So I'm excited about the future of virtual organizations. I call them network organizations, just to use more terms that people might be more comfortable with, because DAOs and DACs are a little bit difficult for people to grasp, I guess. But so I just call them virtual organizations, and so I got excited about it, and maybe that was 20, I think, EOS 2017, 2018, and I'll just segue into the idea, like how this came about. So I think Max wanted to do an event where it kind of organized itself. We did the organization of the entire event and the organization itself at the event. So it was an experimental idea to try to get this, try to see, what would happen if we, just a bunch of people got together, kind of contributed, got a share in this organization, and designed the entire event at the same time, or designed the project, the event, all together. And so that was the initial idea, and we did that in 2020. We ended up just creating the organization. It took like a lot of time just to figure out like what the organization was going to be all about. So it took I think it was in January 2020. We did the first Dacathon. We created the MetaDAC out of it. We created an organization called the MetaDAC. It was a kind of a meta idea out of like creating an event, an organization at the event itself. So anyway, so that was the inception, and I think we came up with a mission to promote DACs through education and tools. And someone has to help me with the official mission and statement that we came up with. But yeah, essentially, we wanted to foster DACs and the idea of DACs and how this can be the future of organizing. and we have all the technology to do that right now. And so we just kind of learn by doing and using the great technology that exists. Anyways, that's kind of maybe enough. if there's any questions, that kind of covered the inception of MetaDAC and the Dacathons. We did that first Dacathon that was January 2020, and then we did another one that was had a little bit of a DeFi focus. That was just a few months ago, I think, right? And so this is the third one. We're trying to foster developers and just builders to come together to, I guess, utilize DAC technology and educate people on it, and have that focus, but build new projects around the space of organizing. So NFTs and gaming is another great hot space. I think we did DeFi, and now we're doing NFTs and hackathons, and so. Sure, Max and Dwayne or Lisa can share more about inception of that theme, and yeah, I'm happy to answer any questions. Or maybe Max, you want to kind of follow along?
Yeah, for sure. I remember you were hosting the original inception. I remember when that park in New York getting lunch. We're just kind of talking about past experiences we've had with conferences, and I remember. Just kind of being dissatisfied overall with the conference structure. You would buy these, it's so expensive for crypto conferences. I don't know if you guys know this, but thousands of dollars a ticket in some cases. And then you're worrying about lodging and all these, the travel expenses. It's insane. So you don't really know, it's kind of like you're gambling. You're you might meet that contact, you might get something out of it. You might find a new employee, or you might get find an awesome referral, or something will happen. I mean, they're definitely fun, and that's worth it in itself. But do you get what you need out of that conference? Typically, maybe, most likely no. You might get to talk to the speaker. The speaker might not even have time to answer your questions, the one that you came to see. So anyway, I think the problem that Dacathon solved is that it's a more equitable approach. And keep in mind, we did this pre-COVID Zoom too, so we're kind of ahead of the game, guys. So that was pretty cool, just to come up with a new structure. So so originally we we could just do this with Krown, but why don't we make this a work proposal? And so we created a work proposal to help basically gift some tokens to make it even more possible, and gift out some prizes and stuff. So yeah, it came out of Krown, Krown and June support, and yeah, lots of friends made it possible. So awesome. Yeah, that's pretty much the origin story. Just a more equitable way to give out some rewards. Let the community decide what the conference wants to be about. And that's what the DAC is going forward. I mean, we might make other DACs that work the same way. Lots of room for growth there.
And it was incredible, that idea. Max is dissatisfied with conferences. Us sitting in that park going, wow, I wonder how can we do it different, to then, having the event and not really knowing if anyone's going to show up. A worker proposal from Krown to incentivize, a reward pool. Well, I guess to incentivize, some of the people that put a lot of work, Lisa, June, Max, that really did an incredible amount of work to organize it. But once again, it was another experiment. And one of the consequences I wasn't expecting out of that conference was to see all the other EOSIO communities just throw in. So all of a sudden you had, 30 to 40 active participants that spent 2 grueling days, not on tech, on what are our values, and just pulling that out of why are we even here? A lot of these people we've just met for the first time on this call. And then to see all these other communities throw into the pot. So at the end of the day, The first part was forming a DAC, well, pulling out the values, seeing what a mission should be from all these strangers getting together on a virtual call, forming a DAC, us, coming up with the name, MetaDAC, the mission. And then the second part was, let's build tools that support the mission to educate people about DACs. And that prize pool all of a sudden became incredible. We had Vigor DAC, we had Boyd, I believe Telos. Yeah, so just to see that there was interest in DACs, that we were able to come together as a group of strangers to form a virtual organization. And at the end of it, had amazing developers from skills of like not being developers. For example, Lisa putting her project in Krownlandia going, people want to, a place, and maybe we need sort of a pre-DAC to educate people, to things like consortium. So just to see that the developers, stood up, and some of those projects, are live today. So to see that it was a success not only in bringing people together, forming a mission, forming a DAC, but that incredible projects came out of it, and there was healthy rewards out of it. So, and not to mention the people in the community that were more well known, came forward to be judges. We had videos. So just to see that an idea and some time without even resources can become something great. And now we're here, on our third one with, new technology, this incredible new NFT space and gaming space is, we almost have to pinch ourselves. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, like you said, in recent times, but I've sat on a couple DACs in the past, or am on a couple DACs, and Corey mentioned this, like within the game structures or within different project structures as well. Like I think this is really a really good model for future governance and the way that communities can self-organize and I mean, I'm a big proponent of DACs, not for what they do in blockchain, but I'd like to see this is how our governments run, right? And there's some really interesting concepts and ideas out there. And I guess everyone, has their own ideas about, what is perfect, but it's there, coded into the smart contract, as you will, in this space, whereby, the DAC offers a place for everyone to be seen, everyone to be heard. I mean, is it perfect? No, not at all. I mean, but it's better than what was there before, which was essentially no mechanism that was quoted in any chain, right? So I think that's really important. So and just as an aside too, I'll put it out there. I think in the show notes below, there's a link at the very bottom to the Dacathon schedule. So this is going to run across multiple channels, and like you said, all those things that you guys were mentioning before about the gaming and the NFT and all of the events and the community events. I believe, Lisa, everything's in that calendar, right? That's open to the public. Yeah. Okay. So and June, it's really nice to meet you, by the way. That was a really cool introduction, and I just think that all business should be done in parks. I'm a little bit pissy today, I'll be honest with you, and part of the reason I'm so pissy is because I spent the day in a park, and then I had to come back and leave the park, and I have all my best ideas in the park. So then when I got home and my white walls, and now I'm now I don't have any good ideas anymore, and I got to do work. So I just I can't wait to be where Dwayne is, because I'm pretty sure the only time Dwayne's in his office is when he's on the call, and the rest of the time he's out there sitting in a tree, coming up with awesome ideas about how to govern systems and stuff. I mean, that's the perspective that I get. I might be wrong, Dwayne, but I just,
Can we just talk for a second about how the fact that when Jimmy's pissy is actually more adorable? I don't know how that works. Okay, sorry, Dwayne, go ahead.
It's I'm glad you have that vision of me, but to be honest, I'm quite like you. I'm still in my office. It's just that it's
a tree.
It's just that it's in the rainforest. So I'm usually in this spot, and I feel the same. But I get excited just to be on these calls. And I guess the only pissiness with me is that I don't have enough capacity to be writing down all the ideas that you guys bring up when we get together. So I think it's nice to have, if I share some more gratitude, this last year of being quiet and not having a lot of other influences around you really brings out the passion and value. So I kind of liked the quietness, but then it's really nice just to see, this group of innovative, incredibly creative people of what that brings forward, right? So you can come up with these great ideas. Like I said, Max was the instigator of that, initial idea. But if it wasn't the whole team to bounce it off to make it work, we wouldn't be here, right? So it's calls like this, it's groups like this that can actually, that you can throw these ideas out to, that you can tell me, oh no, that's crazy, it's not going to work. But I haven't had this group really say that much, right? How many times you have people in this community said, no, that's ridiculous. Usually it's like, that's ridiculous, you should do that, right? So I'm glad you're I'm not glad you're pissy, but I'm glad you're here, because it's people like this that give you the courage to act on crazy ideas.
It's funny because, like, if I wasn't looking at the screen and I was under a filter, like, that sounds exactly like something that Corey would say. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I was just going to add to that a little bit. Yeah, it's good to be pissed off. I mean, that's what makes us build good things in a very timely fashion as well. But also, yeah, I just want to say that I remember we were talking about this event and we started mentioning it to people, like, oh, we're going to put on this event. They're like, oh, where's it going to be? I'll fly in. And it was like, no, like, let's. And I mean, I think even when we're planning it, we're like, where's it going to be? Is it going to be in the Bay? Is it going to be at like Starfish and SF? Like we already were thinking that direction. Like, no. Like, let's go like incrementally, like, let's just like see if it works and if there's interest. And I think like we've demonstrated that there's interest. I mean, yeah, the numbers, like Dwayne is saying, like, I think that first round, we had about like $5,000 in value of tokens, and like just so many people were showing up for that. So yeah, I think when we when things open back up and feel not as dystopian, we'll be able to host this in real life, hopefully in the Bay or Vegas or Mexico City or somewhere cool that people can get to. So
just wait till next year when you can host it in real life, but at the same time you can live stream it, there, from like Crownlandia in the Uplift. Like, that's just going to blow people's minds. They're going to be like, what the hell is going on? We're live in person and there's people in the Uplift and we're all together. Like, that's going to be crazy. Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. Super excited about that.
Michael, are you still with us? Okay?
Yeah, you're here. Why are you here? What's happening?
I'm here. I don't know. I'm the janitor. I'm trying to control a minion remotely to fix and build things and fix servers that broke. I wake up every morning to broken servers, but I don't know. I'm here to make the blockchain block.
Cool. Well, thank you for that.
Too humble. The a lot of tools. I'm not a developer. I have great ideas, but without the skills of Michael, there's a lot of the communities we wouldn't be engaging. We wouldn't be able to gamify and enact a lot of our crazy ideas without your skills. So waking up to broken stuff, I'm glad that you still have the passion to always be fixing it and looking ahead. So from the Krown community, from Kinder Miners, from the whole EOS.io community, I'm really grateful you're in the space, Michael. Like the amount of I'm not as active as in all these channels, but I'm always there and watching. And the amount of time, I just don't know. I wasn't sure if you were real. I kind of thought maybe you had a couple clones out there and were a bot army, because the amount of attention you spend on even that new person coming into a channel to doing Alien World's Kinder Miner stuff. It's I'm not sure if you hear it enough, but we really appreciate it.
Well, definitely appreciate it, and I guess for anybody that doesn't know of EOS USA, I can give a little bit of background. It's funny, some of the projects you kind of mentioned, like all the DACs. I think I'm on most of those DACs. So we're a block producer for a lot of different blockchains, but throughout the EOS.io ecosystem, which is what EOS and Wax and a lot of these chains are spinning up on Telos. So we're a block producer that helps sign the blocks. We're the trusted authority that helps keep the chain running and sign the transactions into the blockchain, but also provide the extra services that are needed to develop the blockchain. Blockchain doesn't really do anything on its own, so we provide history nodes and APIs, and even here recently starting to get into more layer 2 and even layer 3 to where. Well, what uses a blockchain? Well, can we integrate things to effectively use the blockchain? Especially here, the DAO concept, the economic concept, and the NFT concept. That's just absolutely ripe for blockchain. And EOS.io does it pretty well. So that's what we kind of do as our day job, so to say, but really excited to get involved with a lot of the other projects. And because we're the technical, a technical resource that gets involved, like with Krown, we started with the IBC, back and forth and bridging chains and using the same token, and, started working together a lot more. And same with Vigor was, I was feeding their price oracles for their platform. And eventually I was like, well, I keep seeing y'all and y'all are using all my services. So why don't I just come in here and hang out with you guys? Right. So, and it's cool. To make new friends and see new projects, see, like I say, we try to say, we're a service provider. So we do all the technical, we do all the block producer, we run all the nodes. I've got unlimited server farms of potato servers. Some may or may not be on fire, but long story short, what can we do to make it when Dwayne in a tree has an awesome idea and doesn't want to do a damn thing about a blockchain server, or I don't know, Corey wants to build something in Minecraft and have people come and visit it and get paid. All right, well, we can make that happen. We're the engineers underlying to really help, hopefully, take it to the next level and see that mainstream blockchain adoption.
I kind of left Vigor around the same time that you got there. And on a completely unrelated note, I heard that you know how to do just about everything except for put out fires. I'd like to offer my services. I have a lower level forest firefighting license if you ever need it. However, I'm not really sure if you could contain the fire for long enough for me to get there. That might be problematic. So I'm just putting that out there. But no, we love having you here on the show, and I think if you're not following EOS USA, follow them everywhere you can, because they're into everything. And you guys are doing so many great projects. You mentioned Alien Worlds as well, and I think you're doing something with Alien Worlds for the Dacathon tomorrow, Michael.
I'm doing a lot with the Dacathon and having everybody come in, and I think that the Alien Worlds crew, Dacoco, or EOS DAC, as I know them, I've been working with them for years. They've really kind of helped revolutionize some of the DAC and DAO space, and so I think. We're going to be having them on to give them an award and kind of chat with them about kind of the back end stories of some of how we got here and things like that. So it's really kind of cool to see the next evolution of DAOs and DACs.
I agree. It's really interesting to be a part of it. And it's funny because I work with Corey and the Uplift teams right now at present, and it kind of feels at times like a DAC. It's just off chain, that ability to find like-minded people that you can, just bounce ideas off of. I haven't seen that exist in very many other places, right? Most of the way
like-minded and unlike-minded people, the counterbalance is just as important sometimes, Yeah.
And I don't know whether it's they say that sometimes tech people are difficult to get along with. However, we live in a tech world, so everyone's a tech person, right? And they But like, I think
No, everybody thinks they're a tech person, but that's a different story.
I'm definitely not a tech person. Like, this is why we have you on here. But like, yeah, but like it. Sorry, what I was trying to say was like, it's different, right? Like we in the real world, we live in this world where everyone, like, you know, has their ideas of, like, you know, authority, like I'm above or I'm below you. No such thing really seems, and it could be a startup thing too. I don't know. Like, I've never been in the traditional startup space, but in a lot of these projects, DAC or not, but especially in DACs, it just kind of seems like everyone is there to, like, you know, like you said, agree and disagree, but do it in a way that like moves the project forward, progresses like their ideologies, and why they're there. And the most beautiful thing about the DAC, right? If you get busy, you know, you can just kind of, you know, move away and let other people take charge. And if you don't like something, you can move away and let other people take charge. Or somebody new comes in and they're like, they've got great ideas. People will vote them up and they become a part of that DAC, right? There's such this like ebb and flow of talent at different times. Like, you know, maybe you're trying to work out an issue with governance, or maybe you're trying to work out an issue with like tech and getting things like implemented, or maybe you're trying to work out an issue with like promotional things and stuff like that. And that's the beautiful thing about a DAC and the way that a DAC is structured, because different projects and different companies at different times will need different things. And these people can move in and out in a very fluid-like motion without disrupting the overall, you know, image of the project, because it all kind of happens in the back end, and people don't really realize and know that. That's my rant on why I love DACs. But yeah. A couple other things that I wanted to go over as well, or that, you know, I think we should go over as well, is maybe Max, can you kind of give a background on, I don't think you quite did this, but a background on the hackathon and what's happening at the end of this DAC with the hackathon and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I can try to. I mean, there's not really much. There's not much there. We kind of we pool resources together in the form of tokens, and I think this year we're focusing on Wax and EOS, but you're welcome to contribute community tokens if you find this project valuable. So pool tokens together, and we have up until, I'm not sure exactly what day it is. I think we have under a week or so. Do you guys know what anyway, we'll pool tokens together, and then we'll have an event where we structure the rules collectively. So we'll come up with the rules, how it'll work. We kind of have like a general framework, but more about like the days things happen. So there's a little bit of flexibility in what those rules are. And essentially, if you build something relating to DACs and gaming, or even just have an idea and it's well pitched and well constructed, you could submit that into the Dacathon. And we will have an event where we vote. And I think it'll be on Consortium. That's one of our favorite tools for voting on concepts. So essentially, you'll have DAC tokens by being a participant in this event, which there you will stake a certain quantity of to be determined, and then you will vote on which projects that you like, and then we will make sure they get their tokens for their participation. And yeah, that's pretty much it. June, yeah, you want to add something else?
Yeah. So the kickoff for the hackathon portion, or the Dacathon portion, is Friday, the 19th, and so that's next week. So that'll be 10 to noon, I believe. That's Pacific time. Yeah, so 10 to noon Pacific time. Usually, with hackathons, for those that don't know, it's usually for a lot of developers to come together to build projects based on a theme. And there's usually an organization that puts it together and gives away prizes. So the way we're doing it is, we're just pooling community funds together as the prize pool. So if you're a developer or anyone who wants to build projects, we encourage you to attend. We also focus a little bit more. We make it a little bit more broad, because I think most hackathons are very developer focused. So we think, you know, it's important to get to talk about the product and design and things, you know, user experience as well. So we try to broaden it out so that more people can participate. Really in the past, it's a lot to do with the presentations, you know, just the concept, and it's a bonus if you can actually develop an actual product from the idea. But that's not, you know, a requirement. You know, you just get, you know, bonuses for that, I'm sure, amongst the community that votes. And then the judges, usually, you know, in a hackathon, you have a lot of people who are selected to be judges. We did that in our first hackathon, but I think in the last one and this one will allow everybody, the community, to vote on which projects they feel are the best. So it's there is a tool that came out of the hackathon called Consortium that allows you to vote for the prize winners. So that was great. I mean, it came out of, well, they participated in the first Dacathon, and now we're using their tool. So it's great to see that. And yeah, so that's kind of what we'll do. We'll have presentations the Tuesday and Wednesday the following. That's the 23rd and 24th. There'll be those that submit their hackathon projects. We'll be able to present them on Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we'll have an award ceremony the following Friday, which is the 26th. So that's the schedule we have so far. But yeah, it'll be somewhat flexible with you know, all the participation we get on the first day. And yeah, we like to keep it a little bit open for you know, it's kind of funny because, you know, it was an experiment to have like this participation, but then you can also see the efficiency sometimes of just having some of the things kind of beforehand. And because, you know, with hackathons, we kind of are used to it, and there's this particular format, and, you know, most people are generally fine with the format. So it's always a balance of, okay, where do we get like the input from everybody, make it a community thing and just kind of go step by step, versus, okay, hey, you know, most people are just okay delegating some of the responsibilities and some of the formats to us. So it's just figuring that out. And but, you know, as far as the general format, you know, community voting seems to be kind of what we're now doing. We had judges before, but community voting seems to work well. And then just the prize pool seems to work well, where everyone just contributes into the pool, and we just distribute those as prizes, you know, based on a certain percentage, first, second, third. But anyways, for those that want to build something and get excited about, you know, this new way of organizing and NFTs, this is a great opportunity. If you have an NFT idea, there's probably going to be a governance component in it. And so this will be a great exercise for people to learn about, you know, how to organize their own project. So come on from, you know, Friday the 19th through the following week, and I think you'll get a lot out of it. So
I haven't had the chance to run this by Corey yet, but I'm just, you know, taking it for granted that approve. Me and Corey, we will pool our votes together and vote for the first person that sends 1 million wax to the address.
Oh wow, that's happening. Okay, cool.
No, go ahead.
No, yeah, no, that sounds good. Yeah, sorry, I just had a total brain fart because you said 1 million wax, and our mysterious benefactor who was supposed to wait for the event we were going to do just threw it in there anyway. So there's 1.97 million wax in the rewards pool right now.
Oh my god!
Oh wow!
Yeah. So and if you happen to be here from the DAC community and you don't know what's going on, we're going to cover it. But yeah, just
we'll talk about it later.
Videos on the show, the Uplifters World. And we have a land NFT sale in about just a little over 24 hours. So do you want to maybe just give a quick shout out to that, Corey?
Yeah. You said it. It's happening. It's cool. It's not. The rail sold out in about 6 hours. The big pack sold out in 4 seconds. I'm just gonna say it. I don't think this one's gonna sell out because I think I'm gonna just make that a tradition now. Just like it's gonna last, probably, maybe.
Yeah.
No, it's awesome, and like, so I'm excited about that. Obviously, the amount of energy and attention that has come in for the uplift has been like just mind-boggling and fantastic. And my inbox like looks like somebody threw a fire hose at it now. And it's all really good. Learning how to handle all that is really fun. But we're lucky to have that. So I'm already obsessed. Like, this sale's happening tomorrow. Cool. Dennis is on it. We're gonna be launching it pretty soon. He's getting better at that part all the time. But now it's like, okay, get these one-of-one NFTs minted properly. Get the passports ready to get in game. We're like working full time with server upgrade specialists. We're migrating, one of the maps to make sure that we can handle the load. Because I don't want to get hundreds of people in the game. I want to get thousands of people in the game creating. Because this is going to sound mental probably, but I fundamentally believe that even if it's just a little bit, that's going to change the world. And I'm a huge fan of that. So anyway, yeah. Land sale tomorrow. Definitely don't think that you can order 5 minutes after it launches, because that might not work.
And I was on the screen and it just grayed out on me immediately, and I'm like, "Hey."
Yeah, I clicked the button once, and I'm like, because most people know this area. Like, I have to buy the land same as everybody else, and I am as aggressively as I can. But yeah, that shocked the hell out of me. Like, the whole idea that the 10 packs were gone in 4 seconds. It's like, that is this real life? Anyway, sorry. So that's happening tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be something with someone on this channel covering the live event. And in the top, I guess from where you guys are, the top, this side, like basically above my hand, you can see the little image there. That's I guess the massive glow in the dark Krown build inside Krownlandia, I believe, of the uplift. So lots coming out with that. You guys have been awesome, like, in world, helping us out, being engaged as part of the community. So, we definitely thank you for that. All of you, both Krown and Michael. So yeah, that's really awesome. And I guess, as you mentioned, the Dacathon, I think we got about 2 weeks or so. You can check the schedule, but it's going to be running across like multiple like channels and stuff like that, YouTube channels. But is there a place where people should go, other than the event schedule? Is there a place where people should log in and go and see what's been happening, any updates, what's next on the agenda? Question number 1. Question number 2, June. Is there a registration process that people have to do to like build something for the hackathon, or can anyone just build something and enter?
I was going to say, one of the important parts about participating, we were talking about groups that want to build something, whether it's an idea or an actual product. What drives the hackathon is people tuning in and registering. And when you register for the event, all your EOS or wax goes to the prize pool. So it's, it really, if you're wondering how to participate, please do register for the event. And out of all of the events, this one, I've been told the participants that register will probably be rewarded more than ever because of this new NFT space. So we have communities like yours, we have the alien worlds, we have a whole week of education around DACs. And we've leveraging shows like yours that I think we're, you guys have committed to, be talking about the Dacathon during your show. Thank you very much for the whole next week. But the week kind of is talking about communities, metaverses, games, governance, and then we get into the Dacathon. So you can definitely participate and just watch on any of these channels, and we encourage that. But if you really want to participate and be rewarded, register, and you might just end up with like drops of NFTs every single day that I'm pretty sure you'll have more value in NFTs than just what you've registered for. So hint, hint, please register, be rewarded. And it's just not for you to be rewarded. Your pool of money that you're putting in really drive the innovation to the people that are putting in entries into the hackathon. So without people registering an event, that pool just doesn't grow. So once again, to be very clear, register at Dacathon.com for the event, and it'll ask you to put in your wax address. And I'm pretty sure you'll be pretty happy with what you'll see being rewarded every day.
Thanks,
Do that right
Dwayne. Well said. And it's Dacathon.com. I do see a message or comment that says that they couldn't fill out the EOS contribution field. So Max, I think we'll have to kind of figure out, just in terms of the requirements. We did in the past have these requirements for contributions, right? And I forgot how we dealt with it. I think in the first one, people that they couldn't come up with the funds. We had other kind of sponsors for people to participate in the first event. So we might have something like that. So if you go to Dacathon.com, just join there's a Telegram link on the website. I think it's t.me/Dacathon, and just join that Telegram, and just maybe David, if you can just comment about how you can register, we might be able to help you out there. So yeah, those Dacathon.com, and there's a link for the Telegram channel. Okay, so yeah, he's not talking about the fee, it's just more about the project requirement. So yeah, just feel free to maybe go to the Telegram channel first, and then kind of ask any comments, and we'll try to help you register for this event here. And so the Dacathon.com website has a link to the Telegram channel, and please join that, and we'll help you out. Thanks, David.
One thing I missed too is, as a register, when you register for the event, that allows you to vote for the different projects that are being submitted for the hackathon. So when we said that the community is voting, the community that's registered for the event. So putting some wax into the pool or some EOS in the pool, that gives you the ability to participate in the voting governance that decides who's going to be winning the pool from the Dacathon entries.
Registered. Boom. Sorry, I get excited about stuff.
Awesome. And yeah,
Thank you for including wax, by the way, because I don't have a whole lot of EOS, but I have some wax, so I sent that, and yay.
I'm not going to have any wax after tomorrow.
Sorry about it.
Yeah, we had to include wax. I mean, like, where else do you see that type of volume with NFTs and gaming? It is insane.
Agreed.
Just wait for 10x users to come in. That's going to be that'll be nuts. Absolutely nuts.
I never think about that. I don't even know what you're talking about. Also, I don't sleep.
For sure. Let's see what else I want to add. I mean, I think there's a lot of flexibility in what type of projects that can come out of this. My ideal, like the ones that I'll be voting for, if they include like Uplift, because that has so much potential. I want to see that. So I'm just going to tell you, you're going to get my vote if you do stuff for Uplift or some type of like third-party NFT integration.
Yeah.
I see Michael taking notes. Third-party NFT integrations where it's at. Like, I want to see that. Like, use those NFTs that like people are not like caring so much about. Like, look at Our Planet as a model. Like, more things like that. Give me some more of that, and I'll vote for you.
Okay. I want to like quadruple down on this and then announce something. So I actually just put in the comments, we've been talking about getting an ideas list forever. So I finally just, while we're talking, I just made it. So it's a little form. It's like, if you have an idea about the Uplift, fucking write it down. And mostly it's for me, because I keep like, we aren't doing that. We're working so fast on creating the MVP that we're not capturing a lot of the like super genius that comes in these conversations all the time. And just for context, like, there was like 4 or 5 different groups that I was talking about, while sort of imagining what the uplift might be. And Max and Dwayne and Lisa on the Krown, brainstorming calls were just a huge part of that. And so I just want to just like shout you guys out how grateful we are that when we can collaborate like this. So, the ideas list is going to be there. Absolutely. If you come up with any ideas for the uplift, I mean, weird, you're going to get my vote. But that third-party integration thing, Mike from EOS USA, cough. Sorry, I got something.
No, a guy.
Are you right? Yeah, it's clutch because we are considering ourselves the platform layer, right? We want to like create all of this stuff so that all of the products in our ecosystem and ultimately any ecosystem that uses NFTs or cryptocurrencies of any kind can use this gamified place layer to just rip shit up, like just like have a blast and create network effect upon network effect at scale. So I'm really, really excited about that. And, for this, I'll let everybody know now, I'm making an entire map that is just for people that are contributing to this. Like, just think of like, a entire 4 kilometer by 4 kilometer cluster map that is all bounty. And do I have the details for that yet? Sure fucking don't. But like it's gonna be set aside to make sure that we can, if we do come up with ideas for this, and EOS USA Michael doesn't just go, yeah, I could do that, and then do it because that's the way he is.
Already have done it.
Right? Exactly. Like wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Look at crypto monkeys. Right? But there's going to be lots of different things like that. There's people talking about doing 3D voxel renderings that we're going to be able to turn into NFTs. Like there's a gazillion different things and directions that we can go to. And I want to create basically a place where we can start to create community around that. That if you've contributed to the uplift in a meaningful way, you're gonna get some land there, and I think that'll be really fun.
And although you are, the master of the uplift, I just want to say, I want to correct you. I never get to correct you online, so I'm really happy that I get to
go on.
Not create community. The way that it's structured now with the Stargate portals, create communities. There's going to be various lands with various communities, and they're all going to be freaking awesome.
Right. But yeah, I'm talking about actually having Bountytopia named to be determined because that's terrible, right? But there's going to be a portal off of either the main hub or somewhere, right? That where actually, what? Maybe we'll put it in because we're making a map where all of the little gift pieces are going to go, like the 50s that people are earning for having the Genesis thing. That's going to be on its own map. And people are going to be owning rail there, but all the 50s are basically going to be this giant, crazy, it's going to be a madhouse for people, trying to, see how much they can get control of, buy, sell, trade, make stuff, whatever. I don't know what it's going to look like, but it's going to be awesome. At the center of that, we could put another portal out to this kind of bounty area, right? Because it's kind of in that vibe, right? The people that supported us for the Genesis keys, they're getting these pieces of land as gifts, in this world that I think is going to be survival. And then underneath that, we could have this the bounty area and decide what that world's going to look like. But it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it sounds cool. I Michael, do you have room for a Bountytopia bouncy house beside your roller coaster? I mean, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I could build something like that. I don't know. It's got to be moved, so you have to talk to the moving man.
Lisa, are you good? So, Lisa, you've been really quiet today. Are you gonna have some? Updates or anything that go out in print that you want to talk about, or anything that you want to kind of leave us with? Because I know you're quite active in the socials and stuff like that with various channels. So, is there a social location in particular that you'd like to shout out that people should keep a watch on?
Sure. We're at Dacathon on Telegram mostly, and so people can come join there and visit the website, and the schedule is linked there. And if anyone in the community wanted to present and isn't on the schedule yet, please let us know so that we can add your project or community. Each day has a different theme, so look around that time, or if you want to add into a session. And of course, feel free to show up. Most of the sessions are really informal, and community members can jump in and share. So we're looking forward to it. Tomorrow starts off a big day of events. today we're having the Krown community call in a couple of hours. So feel free to just jump in and hang out and chat informally today. And then we'll start with the programs and workshops tomorrow. And we're going to cover a lot, and it's going to be super fun, trying different things. And then we're going to build a game together at the end of next week before the hackathon. So everyone has a sense of what they can do in various ways as part of their hackathon project. So it's going to be super fun, and thank you to everyone involved. So many people are involved in helping and supporting the project, and I'm greatly appreciated. I know everyone does who is on the team at MetaDAC. And,
okay. Sorry about that, Lisa. Sorry, I thought you were finished. They kind of cut out there. Yeah. So, and for those of you that shout out to, I forget who I want to shout out to now. Claus Snow. Like Claus Snow mentioned that I'm really sad. I kind of like June. I want to have him on after the Dacathon. He sounds like a really smart, interesting guy. He's back. Yay. Sorry, I was really sad that you left, June, but I'm happy that you're back. So Klaus Snow said, in the comments that like, yeah, I mean, you can watch it back later if you want, but it's much better live. I'm so happy that you guys love showing up live. So for those of you that are showing up live, normally Corey and I, we do a show Monday to Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's other shows in the mix on the channel as well if you want to know stuff about the uplifters and that kind of stuff. However, during the Dacathon, I think we're going to go 7 days a week. We'll be here 7 days a week. So I just want to give you a rundown of what's going to happen on this show for the next few days. It's going to be me, Corey here every day, Michael pretty much here every day for the next week or so, which we're super stoked about because we love having you. So tomorrow we're going to have Michael, Clay, and Greg, who's on the cast earlier. On Saturday, we'll have Saro and Michael, and on Sunday we're gonna have Rob and Michael to have some awesome talks. And on Monday we're gonna have Michael Yeats as well joining us. Yeah, looking forward to having you on those streams, Michael, that's on this stream, and digging into all of those other projects. So I'm guessing Rob is from ES Detroit, so that'll be fun too because. He's one. Is that not? That's not Rob. That is Rob. Oh, sorry. Okay,
Rob, I didn't. From Alien World. Rob Allen, I think. Right.
Okay, sorry. My schedule didn't say that. Sorry. I really like. Yeah. I always, whenever I hear the word Rob, I think that. But anything else that you'd like to shout out, Corey, or anyone else on the panel? I mean, I think that was a really good introduction, and I'm really happy that everyone tuned in, and you guys are going to be awesome because I think this is a really cool topic, like gaming, NFTs. This is something we're super interested about. This is something the community is buzzing about. I mean, like DeFi was a thing for like a week, but then when people realized that they could DeFi NFTs, like,
yeah. Yeah, especially in context of buildings inside the financial district. We're talking to like, well, I'll just tell you guys this. I heard a rumor from somebody who probably knows that Block Tower Capital, which is one of the top 10 crypto investment funds on the planet from New York, is buying land tomorrow. So like, what the fuck? It's like, and that's like one of 7 conversations like that we've been having. So people are taking this really seriously. And again, like, I'll just drop this now. Like, we are committed to the people that are coming in to create. Because I'll tell you right now, and we've seen this. The reasons why, some larger companies and some, capital type people or whatever are starting to pay attention is because of the noise that we're making. And that noise comes from the people that attached themselves and their projects to this early. It comes from the OG builder crew that, started like toying around with creativity and like, I don't know, Minecraft, cool. I'm just gonna hang out with my daughter and build a giant freaking ranch that everybody loves to go visit. Sue and her daughter, and they start building all sorts of crazy stuff now. It comes from the individual people that have come into the Telegram channel, that shared stuff, that like that community's power, and it must always be that power. And on top of that, like I'm having like super like, oh, I wear suits to bed kind of people that are like, this gratitude thing is game changing. And that to me is like we might actually be able to, just tune the world just a little bit, right? And so, we talk a lot about, we might become massive, we might do this, we might whatever. Please understand that at the deepest level that I am capable of believing anything, it comes down to people being able to engage in community and just like ramping up their creativity to ridiculous levels together. So that's what we have to keep no matter what. But then, also we might blow up and be the biggest thing on the planet. We're just messed up. Anyway.
Just wait till our channel gets a PR guy that actually knows what he's doing. And like we can watch this back in like, a year or 2 years time and just be like, this was a panel that like, was for NFT and gaming or any of the other shows that like some of you people have been on. And it's just gonna be like, hey, I know who these people were, and like they've got different haircuts and shit now. Like like you said, there's so many like community members that have come into the world and like done amazing things, done amazing builds. Like Krown, Void, the Block Base, like so many like kind of unknown companies that even without the uplift, I actually believe that these companies are going to be huge someday, right? Like when crypto takes over the world, when EOS.IO becomes a thing, when people actually realize the power behind the technology that we all, well, not, but that I like and you guys build on every single day, it's going to be like amazing, right? And like we're at the very beginning, right? Like we're at the tip of the iceberg where people are starting to look over at Wax and say, yeah, like that's kind of cool, but why aren't you building? Like we had this conversation 10 times today in the Telegram channel. Why aren't you building on Ethereum? And like the answer every single time from me or any of the various community members that were in there is like, it's not possible. None of this, what we are doing is possible to do on Ethereum.
Why would we want to? Like, what's the benefit other than the capital? Like there's like $18 gazillion sloshing around, in Ethereum, which is not trivial, but like, are we going to be able to take payment in Ethereum? Yeah. Like within 60 days, we're going to be able to do that. We'll take your Ethereum and then convert it to something that doesn't suck. As I wear my Ethereum like unicorn shirt, but I was like, it's always going to be an awesome settlement layer, yada yada yada. Vitalik was like, oh, it's going to be really scalable 100x in 2 weeks. Good story, bro. Show me, right? And maybe they will, because it's not like he's a stupid person. He's very very smart, like scary smart, like he's probably an alien smart. But I'm not going to believe it until it's actually working.
And like for me, no, I like it because for me, I'm on the exact same page, right? Like it's a brilliant chain, but it's just not workable. Everything that we want to do, and this Dacathon is about NFTs. And when we look at it, I mean, yeah, sure, there's tons of NFTs on Ethereum that are selling for like millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars, but this is big money that is buying it for status. This isn't targeting artists or up and coming comic book producers or up and coming gamers, right? Like the legacy system exists in music or in art or games whereby you have to run through their gauntlet, right? You have to do things the way that they want them done. And I mean, if you don't do that, then you don't have the crowd to be able to do it the way that you want to. And in Ethereum, it kind of seems like if you don't have $50 for a transaction fee some days, and I think it works out to be like something like $800 to $1,000 just to mint a collection on Ethereum, you're gone, right? And so this Dacathon is about, showing the best parts of everything, in my opinion. I've got nothing to do with the organization. I'm just here to speak. But like the best part of like what like EOS.IO technology, what Wax, what, and recently like EOS as well can do with NFTs and gaming.
I got a problem. I'll be right back.
Okay. Do you want me to call the fire department for you?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is your stuff on fire again?
Oh no. Sorry, I feel really bad about that joke. I hope he's going to be okay. But yeah. So that's this Michael's way of saying "shut up, Jimmy." But I like it. Yeah. we have a new thing. But yeah, like I'm really excited to see all the things that come out of not only everyone on this show, but like all of the other shows that are on the trend. So I'm done. I think I'm ready to leave it here for today. If anyone else has anything to say, please go ahead and talk yourselves out. If not,
I was just going to mention that you were talking about bridging traditional businesses. You're talking about a financial company looking at this virtual world. And, there might be some people looking at saying, DACs, how does that help my real world company? Or, how do I interface my real world company? I just saw some DAC news come out of Wyoming that they're passing legislation around DACs to bridge those worlds. So you can see how fast this space is moving, right? We have financial institutions looking at a virtual world and NFTs. For those that are saying, well, that sounds weird, NFTs, you have to tune into this space. Things are moving so fast that we even have people in government passing rules to allow these sort of organizations to bridge your old world business to the new world. So, if you think, I guess just leave it at this, imagine where we're going to be in a year. Right. So you want to tune in to these guys, the Uplift. You want to tune into DACs and NFTs, even if you have never heard about it. It's gonna be very common in a few days, weeks, and in a year. Wow! Just imagine what's going to happen at our next Dacathon.
Yeah, and if you're a community and you're not using DACs, and you're an artist and you're not using NFTs, you're doing it wrong.
So here's a question. And we probably have to. Oh, we have to go right now. Okay, never mind. We have another meeting we gotta go to. But I do want to talk next time we're on here. Like, how do we create a minimum viable demonstration of a DAC in the Uplift, like tomorrow?
I like that idea. Tomorrow,
I'm here all week.
Not 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for joining us, everyone here and everyone watching.
It's on the schedule.
Bye. Thank you, guys.
Ciao.